It is Sunday, the 13th of October, 2024. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. Here we are at the end of Life is Strange week. It is the 7th day, it is the Sunday, so we're talking about the song Obstacles by Syd Matters. Now, as I explained yesterday, Syd Matters is a French artist and also his band, and he did the soundtrack for the game, so the game includes some of his already existing songs, and this is one of them. It is from the album Someday We Will Foresee Obstacles, which is taken from a lyric from this song. And the album came out like fully 10 years before the game did, so that's interesting, but it's forever associated with the game now because two of the songs are on it, you know. So this song in the game plays over the ending sequence of the first episode, and it also plays during one of the endings, the one that doesn't play Spanish Sahara. And we'll talk about that context after we listen to the song, but for now I think we should just go ahead and listen to it and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. There it is. That's Obstacles by Syd Matters. So, this song, as I said, plays at the end of the first episode of Life is Strange. Of course, I'm going to be giving spoilers here for the next few minutes, so check in the description for a timestamp if you don't want to get spoiled for this 9-year-old game that's getting a sequel in a few days. I have pre-ordered it, so I'm going to be able to play it earlier than other people who haven't. Yippee! Anyway, so it first plays in the ending sequence of the first episode when Max has her vision at the lighthouse and she sees the tornado. And it plays again if you pick the Sacrifice Arcadia Bay ending, the non-canon ending, because why would you pick that? I'm going to get so much angry people, especially given the week that's in it. Anyway, so it's one of the things that shows that it's not the intended ending of the game, I feel, in my opinion, because the other ending has a full multi-minute sequence with the song Spanish Sahara by Foles, which didn't exist anywhere else in the game playing. It plays the whole song, I think. Really long sequence, really detailed, really emotional, pays off the emotional resonance of the game, pays off all the themes, provides resolution. It's exactly what it's there for. And ends with the shot of the butterfly. It wraps it all up in a neat little bow. Whereas the Sacrifice Arcadia Bay ending, it just kind of like cuts to the storm destroys Arcadia Bay. This song starts playing and it cuts to Max and Chloe driving through in Chloe's truck. No additional dialogue. A song that we've already heard. It's such an afterthought, and it's so clear that that wasn't the intended ending, and they just put it in because they knew there was going to be people who would pick it because they like Chloe as a character and they don't want to give in to the grief because they are the target audience. So they put in the ending because they felt obligated to, I suppose, because the fandom would be angry at them otherwise. But they made it just an afterthought because it doesn't matter, because it's clearly not what was intended, you know? Now, I do like the detail in the later games that you can decide which ending you picked in the first game, which just dictates little small details, like in Life is Strange 2, if you sacrificed Arcadia Bay, you, like, find, like, a plaque commemorating the disaster, you know? Like, I like little stuff like that, and that makes it interesting that you have the variety there, but the ending itself is dumb. And reusing this song proves that. However, it is still a good song. I just wanted to comment on its usage in the game. So, it starts off with the guitar and this kind of like synth going for the whole thing, which is weird, but I like it. And there's like flute and trumpet and shit. It's great. Anyway, the first line. Let's say sunshine for everyone, but as far as I can remember, we've been migratory animals living under changing weather. Someday we will foresee obstacles through the blizzard, through the blizzard. Today we will sell our uniform, leave together, leave together. So the song is like about the loss of innocence, it feels like. The loss of that childhood naivete and optimism, you know. Let's say sunshine for everyone is like this hopeful, like, what if it was good for everyone? I really like that line, in fact, and I nicked it for one of my poems and made it more hopeful. But anyway, let's say sunshine for everyone, but as far as I can remember, we've been migratory animals living under changing weather. So he's like, you know, if we made it all better for people tomorrow, there would still be, the weather would still change, people would still move around. It wouldn't always be sunshine for everyone forever. It's kind of denying that naive idea that everyone can be happy all the time. Someday we will foresee obstacles through the blizzard is like, on the one hand, it feels like it's saying we'll like worry about things before they become a problem, but also it seems to me like it's about about better planning in a way, like foreseeing obstacles through the blizzard. The blizzard's already a problem. Foreseeing obstacles through it is like knowing what's coming and being ready for it. Do you get what I mean? Today we will sell our uniform, leave together, leave together. So it's like the last day of school. And it's contrasting this thing. It's like someday we'll foresee obstacles. It's looking into the future, but today we're selling our uniform. We're finished with school. Like it immediately draws it back into this childlike image, you know? And then the chorus is just these two lines repeated over and over. We played hide and seek in waterfalls. We were younger. We were younger. Just that repeated over and over again. And again, another childish image. We played hide and seek in waterfalls. We were younger. We were younger. Like it's saying, you know, we got up to shenanigans. We did these silly things, you know. We played hide and seek in waterfalls, which are hard to see through, like a blizzard. And then it ends with, someday we will foresee obstacles through the blizzard, through the blizzard. It's an interesting song, a simple song, very few lyrics, as seems to be Syd Matters' thing, but a really nice sound to it. I love, there's like a long thing between the verse and the chorus that's like this, like, kind of sound. I don't know what it is. It sounds like a distorted voice or something. And then it goes, and I don't know, I just really like it. It's really weird, but it's really good. And it goes on for like several measures longer than I always think it does. Yeah, it's just a really interesting, nice song. I think it fits really well in the ending of the first episode because it's like, it's got this like steady beat to it. And it's about the loss of innocence, as the game very much is. And it's about a blizzard, which the game also kind of is, but not a blizzard as such, but like a storm, right? Like it's interesting the way it kind of ties in despite being a pre-existing song. It's used well, I think, and was a good choice. Also, because I knew I was going to be doing this episode, I was just kind of thinking about the Life is Strange songs, you know. And the other day I went out to Glencar Waterfall, which is just outside of Sligo, with my boyfriend. And we had like a playlist of songs to play in the car. And this was one of the songs I put on, just because it was like in my head. And we were mostly putting on like kind of soft acoustic-ish songs. And I didn't even realize that it had the line about waterfalls. So there you go. Funny that. Anyway, I think that's pretty much going to be it. Thank you for listening to this week of Life is Strange songs. I'm excited to play the new one. I'm trepidatious because I kind of prefer when they do new stories. As much as I enjoy the first game and enjoy seeing Max and other characters, I do think the story was completed by the canon ending. And I think doing a sequel, I mean, it's just fan service really, but it seems interesting. I like, the trailer is weird. I don't know how much I like the premise, but I like the new mechanics. I like the central conceit of it. So I'm willing to give it a shot, certainly. I'm kind of trepidatiously excited. I'm more interested in there being Life is Strange sequels that follow new characters like Sean and Daniel and Alex. And, you know, I guess this is Life is Strange 4 or 5 if we're counting Before the Storm. So I would want 5 or 6 to be new protagonists again. And you can decide which ending you chose for the first game, but it would just be new characters again. I would prefer if they stuck to that format. Anyway, that's enough about that. Next week will be a simple, normal week of this show, talking about whatever songs I want to. You know how it is. So thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell other people about this show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
I beg you, don't embarrass me, motherfucker. Don't know why that stuck in my head. Here we are at the end of my Life is Strange. Strange. It wraps it all up in a neat little bow. All wrapped up with a ribbon and a bow. Well, I'll shut up 'cause I don't want to know. Living with a Band-Aid on my brain. Everybody play the game. Am I ever going to talk about Dr. Steele in this show? Not bloody likely. I mean, his stuff is still off of Spotify, I think, so that's kind of annoying. Anyway, and they just put it in because they knew there was going to be people who would pick it because they're delusional. But I can't be this mean. I would be more interested in other Life is Strange games that follow other people like Sean and Daniel and fucking MXM Tune. What the hell was that character's name? Alex Chen. Yeah,